Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of SK Health Time. My name is Vay and I'm one of the pharmacists at LIMS Pharmacy, and today I will be continuing on our series about stroke, and today we'll be focusing on what is the risk of getting a stroke. Just before I continue, I want to recap back on what we talked about in the last episode. So the symptoms about stroke. So in addition to getting symptoms in the face, where your face is paralyzed or numbness, in the arms where you can't move your arms, or in the speech where you can't speak properly, you can also get a bit of dizziness as well. And also it can make you lose your balance and can sometimes even lead to a fall. Other symptoms that can come is loss of vision, so your vision can start to become blurry as well. So those are some of the additional symptoms that to keep an eye out for, in addition to the face, the arm, and the speech. Okay, so let's move on to what is the risk of getting a stroke. So the risk of getting a stroke, so stroke is to do with how your blood flows, how clots form in your body, how your whether the strength of your blood vessels, whether it can burst or not. So some of the factors that can affect those things are being overweight or obesity. So when you are overweight, there is a lot more of fat cells that are in your body. So your blood has to work a lot harder to move throughout your body, because these fat cells are sometimes pressing against those blood vessels. So they are making the blood vessels smaller. So then the blood has to work extra hard in order to move to different parts of the body, and that can lead to a clot forming or the blood vessel bursting as well. The next one that can put you at risk of stroke is lack of exercise and lack of movement. So if you are not being active every day, you're in the office all day, sitting down all day, or watching TV most of the day, and that causes the blood to not move as efficiently, and then also that can increase your high blood pressure as well. That can lead to stroke too. So the more exercise, the more active you are each day, the better it is. The next point that can put you at risk of stroke is heavy drinking. So drinking to over the limit, binge drinking, drinking more than 2 standard drinks per day consistently, that will put a lot of pressure on your body. So your body will not recover, and then the more pressure on your body, the more likely that you will get a stroke. So more pressure on the body will lead to high blood pressure. So your blood has to work harder and harder to get to different part of the body. Over time, that will wear out your blood vessels. It makes the blood vessels thinner and thinner until one day where the blood vessel will just burst, and that burst will cause internal bleeding, especially internal bleeding in your brain. If that happens, different blood vessels, different parts of the brain will be blocked, and your cells will start dying, and that what can lead to a stroke. Another one is sleep apnea as well. So if we're not sleeping enough every day, with sleep apnea is to do with the amount of sleep that you get every day, and the quality of sleep that you're getting as well. So if you have sleep apnea, the quality of sleep that you're getting is not good. That way your body never recovers, and then you're always in putting pressure on your body as well. But we can speak a bit more about sleep apnea. If you have any questions, just come in the store. We can discuss to you about that as well. The next one is drug use. So if you're using drugs, your body is not in its normal state. So it can be dependent on those drugs, whatever it is. There's many different things that are available, and your body never recovers. It's never 100%. So this is putting a toll on your body, and then this can lead to increased pressure again, and that can lead to a stroke. The next one is a common one. This is smoking. So smoking can do many damage to your body, and we can spend like many hours just speaking on the side effects of smoking. Some of them can be like it can cause cancer, it can cause blood vessel damage, so it can cause organ damage, it can damage your heart, your kidneys, your lungs. So many things that it can damage, and definitely will increase your blood pressure as well, and that will increase the risk of stroke. The next one that can lead to a stroke is high cholesterol. So the cholesterol is the one that if there is too much cholesterol or too much fat in our blood vessels, you can imagine our blood vessels will have blood going into it, we have oxygen, we have sugar, and then if there's too much cholesterol in there, the blood vessel is very, very tiny. You can imagine that will block that whole blood vessel, and that is how the clot will form. And this clot, it can either stay in one spot, but the most dangerous part is when it actually moves into a different part of your body. If it goes into the brain, where the blood vessels are so small, that will block it, and that will lead to a stroke. Or if it gets, if it moves to the part of the heart, the blood vessel is very small as well. That can block part of the heart, and that can lead to a heart attack. So high cholesterol is very important. So we have to be very careful about how much cholesterol we are eating and what we are eating as well. The next one is cardiovascular disease. So this talks about if you have any previous heart diseases at all, like for example high blood pressure, it counts towards it, or if you have irregular heartbeat. So with irregular heartbeat, like your heart is not it's not pumping the blood as efficiently as it should be, and then some blood can get stuck in a part of the heart, and then this blood can form a clot. This clot can also break away and then go to different parts of the body, like the brain, and that can lead to a stroke. So if you have previous like heart attack, high blood pressure, and irregular heartbeat, that can put you at risk of stroke as well. The next one is very common and now, and this one is diabetes. So diabetes is a big contributor to stroke, because diabetes is very dangerous. It's like the symptoms are not there until when it becomes very, very serious already. So with diabetes, if there's a lot of sugar in the bloodstream, the sugar can block the blood vessels, just the same as cholesterol. So you can imagine how small the blood vessel is in the eye, is in the brain. So this sugar, if it's too much sugar, it's going to block all this vessel, and that can definitely lead to a stroke. A few other things that are not listed here, but it also, if you have a family history of stroke, or if you have a stroke beforehand, you can easily get another stroke. So that's when you have to be extra careful. And also stress. If you are in a high stress job, if you are undergoing a lot of personal stress at the moment, that can increase your blood pressure as well, and that can lead to stroke too. And the last point is age as well. So depending on how old you are, the older you are, the higher risk that you are at risk of stroke. So thank you. So we hope that you understand the risk factors for getting a stroke. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to come in LIMS Pharmacy or put a comment below, and we will educate you more. So tune into the next episode where we'll be talking about how to minimize your risk of getting a stroke. Thank you.